What's up, everybody? Here we are. This is the final Lady Death Immortal Deception live video before we close tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, which just so happens to be 5 p.m. Arizona time. Don't worry about our time. We don't change time. It's crazy. That's why I got to let you know. So here we are, 24 hours or less until this campaign concludes. If you have been part of this campaign, fantastic. If you haven't, back it now. Stop what you're doing. Well, wait to watch this live video and then do it over at coffinlaunch.com. All right, everybody, let's get into a little bit of a recap on what's going on. I want to thank everybody who's up here, Samantha, Jade, Heath, Solomon. Thank you so much for hanging out with me during this feed. Here is the deal. Right now we have 2,214 backers, and we are after 2,500 backers by tomorrow at 6. Can you help us? Please tell somebody you know, maybe on your social media, share this campaign, let them know. So you might ask yourself, why should I share? I don't know, I'm just asking, but I have some ideas on how you could possibly entice them. But before I get into that, let me lay out the entirety of what's coming up next, because if you can believe it, as of right now, there's 7 days or less until we launch our Mike Morg Evolution Chapter 2 Coffin Launch campaign on coffinlaunch.com, and I cordially invite you to back it. There are over 1,000 backers on the first campaign. I'd love for each and every one of you to get back on board and finish up this story. If you want a story with ultra-violence, heart, and a lot of buddy action, maybe even a tear or two in this particular chapter, this story is for you. But that's not all. Coming in October is Hell Witch Executioner. This is by the team you know. Mike McLean, Brian Polito, Diego Bernard, colored this time by Hedwin Zalvadar, and lettered by veteran letterer Marshall Dillon. But that's not all. The coffin never sleeps. It's always clicking, clacking open, because in November we have Lady Death Pirate Queen. And man, we have a great cover selection for you. But I got to tell you, the one and only Ebass, a.k.a. Eric Basildua, turned in an insane cover for this one. Now, if you're an Ebass fan, you know he loves to draw pirates. And man, he had a flex of a time doing this particular one. So I think you'll enjoy it. Checking over here, let's see here. This coming Sunday is your 34th birthday. Well, let me tell you, happy birthday in advance. And I hope it's a fantastic one. I remember 34. That was about 30 years ago for me. Holy mackerel. All right, so let's kind of walk over here and give you an idea of what the heck is going on and maybe how you could induce a friend or two to back our campaign. But don't get it twisted. I'm letting you know that we're actually going to spin the Immortal Wheel one more time or two more times. Get some lucky physical backers. All right, here's the roll down, everybody. The main edition of Lady Death Immortal Deception will be 48 pages and square bound, featuring 48 pages of story and art and the beautiful silver logo. But that's not all. You would also get a free digital download, free United States shipping, and every free swag item that we've unlocked. Now that includes this beautiful all-new pinup book called Lady Death Realms. Free, I tell you, free. And as the opportunity to receive some of the several things that we have added to the campaign, including this gorgeous Scarlet Metal edition. Why did I add it? I feel like keeping them all to myself. They're just so beautiful. This is by Jay Anacleto. Or, can you believe we added this gorgeous Violet Metal by Jamie Tyndall? Now, if you're a physical backer of the campaign, this could be yours. So that's my request, everybody. Please share this campaign on your social media or even call a friend with at least one person, probably within an hour of completing this live stream. I would appreciate it. Now, feast your eyes on some of the other goodies. We have additions by Mike DiBalfo, Mirka Andolfo, Mike Crone, Dawn McTague. We have mystery envelopes by Ryan Kincaid, Matt Meerhoff, Richard Ortiz, Marissa Pope, and check out these casket editions by Diego Bernard, David Harrigan, brain fart, Mike Crome, and Mike DiBalfo. And they're limited to 25 apiece. It's wonderful. If you take a look down here, we have a whole selection of prints and cards. The best way for you to get familiar with the campaign at this point, I'll get out of the way, is to go to coffinlaunch.com and see Immortal Deception, which is live. I would also like to say, okay, I heard that. You're like, okay, your covers are good, but how about your interiors? Let me show you some of the interiors of this book. I get it. Sometimes comic book companies have cool covers, but the interiors aren't as strong. So check these out. This story takes place on this beautiful floating island. And interestingly, for a late death story, a lot of it begins during the day. In fact, here's page 1. Then feast your eyes on this cool double-page spread by our art team. I think you get to know by now that with Coffin Comics, we love and adore the art form comic books, sequential storytelling, the combination of words and art, acting in synchronicity to cause motion in your mind, to thrill and tantalize your imagination. That is what we're all about. We don't hack it out. Never have, never will. We just love this stuff. All right. So I don't know if you're feeling it. I'm feeling it. Why don't we get ready to spin the wheel? I'm going to stage myself over here. And you may ask yourself, what are we playing for on this wheel? Well, I will let you know that we have behind here one of each of these cool Jenny Frison Lady Death Masterworks mega coins in silver, copper, and gold. And we have a beautiful violet metal edition. Stay right here. I'm going to go get it. I'll be right back. Check it out. One of those behind there. So I'd also like, we have a couple other crazy for sale items. Did you see this pink metal by DeBalfo? Limited to 15 copies. If there's some collectors out there, this might be up your alley. All right, I'm going to let you know that I'm going to spin. So here's the idea. That represents 1, 2, 3, 4, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 up on the wheel. I'm going to spin. But before we do that, we're going to go to our digital spinning wheel, which has all our backer numbers on there, and then we are going to pick a backer that we're going to play for. So without further ado, let's bring up the digital wheel, and we are going to spin it to benefit a backer. So let's spin. And all the numbers are on the outer ring of this, and we have landed on backer 314. That's pretty early on in the campaign. We're going to find out who backer number 314 is right now. That is That's Luke B. So Luke B, thank you so much for backing the campaign, and this spin is for you. And it looks like we landed, oh my God, right in the middle, but it favors number 2. So this is number 2, and you're going to get kaboom, a copper coin. Now each of these coins, and you're receiving one, actually comes in its own display packaging, which is resealable, and its own little display stand, which is evidenced right here. And this one happens to be limited to $2.99, and you are receiving one free, Will. That's pretty cool. So next up, let's talk about some other goodies. I would love to encourage you guys and gals out there to grab the first ever full color Lady Death hoodie with artwork by Mike Crone. We call this one Death Crew. I can't wait to wear it. I hope you will enjoy wearing it as well. And then next up, this is the actual patch set that I'm wearing. This is the Lady Death 2 patch set, and that is also available in the campaign. And we encourage you to get it just in time for Sworn Fest, everybody. $60, you get these 7 patches, and you could sworn it up. Well, it's probably that time. I think we're going to spin for one other lucky backer. And have we been, we might have been showing that the whole time. Let's see. Okay, there you go, everybody. All right. Samantha said she recently read Lady Death Dragon Wars. I would say this story is a spiritual sequel to that. It was definitely inspired by that, but it's certainly not a direct sequel. All right, so we're going to pull the digital wheel up again. We're going to pick a lucky backer. So let's spin it on 3, 2, 1, action. We're landing on the number 785. Now, we're going to search through everything, sort of like cat paw, boop, 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 meme, and we're going to find out who that lucky backer is, and that lucky backer is Caden P. All right, my last spin was a little wimpy. Let me see what I can do. All right, Caden, this one is for you. 3, 2, 1, spin. That's a better spin. Oh, okay, and this time we landed on number 3. Caden, let's see what you are going to receive. Holy mackerel, you're receiving a gold Lady Death Masterworks coin. Artwork by Jenny Frison, fully authorized by Jenny. Limited to 100 copies. And comes in its own resealable packaging and its own little display. That's pretty cool. While we're talking, did you know that we're also offering up a Lady Death Serenity t-shirt with artwork by Kendrick Lim? I think Kendrick really knocked it out of the park. One thing I will draw your attention to is Lady Death is in possession of a new sword. A new sword. If you actually read Lady Death, Hell Witch, Lady Death, Hell-Ageddon, at the end of that story, in an effort to defeat the big bad, Lady Death sacrificed her sword. But now it appears as if she has a new one. And I could tip you off and let you know that the name of this sword is World Bender. And there is more to this dastardly sword than meets the eye. Folks, here we are, 24 hours or less left on Lady Death Immortal Deception. If you'd like, go back to the campaign, add a couple more items, or please tell a friend. Thank you so much for your support on this one. You are the engine that makes Coffin Comics go. But stay tuned. We actually have a special presentation for you. Let's talk a little bit about my boy, my son, my monster, Mike Morg. Check out this video. We're going. It's about to happen, and kaboom. All right. This is Brian Polito, creator of Mike Morg, and I'm presenting the all-new 48-page original graphic novel entitled Mike Morg Evolution. Narrowly escaping evisceration at the hands of the psychotic Rigsdale family, Mike Morg finds himself desperate and on the run. His metalhead friends have become killer monsters. His crush is a soul-sucking ghost girl, and his only ally is a wisecracking rat named Ratso. If he has any chance at survival, Mike must harness the dark power of his kill fists and face the Rigsdales head on. But can Mike defeat a cadre of kill-crazy freaks and finally avenge his family? Or will he fall prey to a mad scientist's twisted, unholy plot? It's a tale of gore-splattering ultra horror. Please back our campaign now and tell everyone you know. Thank you so much, you psychopaths. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Check it out. This is the Mike Morg campaign coming at you in about a week. I figure while we're talking, let's talk about Mike Morg. Check it out. Here's some of the pages from Morg, chapter 1 and 2, written by myself and Mike McLean, illustrated by Jose Luis, colored by Elmer Santos, and lettered by veteran letterer Marshall Dillon. Don't get it twisted, everybody. This is 48 pages of ultra-violence, comedy, and warm, fuzzy feelings between Mike Morg and his pal, Ratso. Not a pet. I shouldn't say pet. Holy mackerel. They're friends. So if you read chapter 1, fantastic. If you did not, we're going to offer it on the campaign next Thursday. And a couple other things to induce you to back the campaign as soon as you possibly can. We're actually offering a cool challenge coin for the first 24 hours, free to all physical backers, featuring art by Geraldo Sandoval, artist on Venom, and on the other side, art by James Groman. In fact, here's the actual coin itself. Let's see if we get a focus on it. There it is. That's one side, and that's the other, baby. Good stuff. Monster action. Well, I just want to show you really quickly. We have a bunch of cool cover over here. This is the main premiere edition. And then here we go. The tribute edition, the cryptic edition, the action-y edition, the heads will roll edition, the bros edition, the ghouls edition, the trouble edition, the gortastic edition, the insanity edition, the splatter edition, the monstrous edition, and the Ratso edition. All these editions will be available at a reasonable price. Nothing too crazy, nothing, but look, if you're a collector, we got stuff for you too. Feast your eyes on the cool metal editions. We have metal editions by James Groman, Geraldo Sandoval, and Mike Chrome, and then very limited to 15 glow-in-the-dark metal editions. But that's not all. If you're anybody like me, I love a good Mike Morg t-shirt. This is featured one of my favorite images by Mike Morg. Get it into the light. Into the light, Carol Ann, into the light. There you go. It'll be this cool one. And see here, Check out the cool prints we have. Well, we have the 24 by 36 poster. Everyone needs a Mike Morg poster in their room. Check that one out. Great art by Jose Luis. Did I mention to you that Jose Luis is the current artist on Daredevil? So it's great to have him on board for Mike Morg. Posters by Jose Luis, Geraldo Sandoval, James Grillman, and check out this metal edition print by Mike Deodato Jr. This is going to be a fun campaign. I just want to give you a brief look at it. It launches next Thursday, September 11th at 6 p.m. Arizona time, which is also 6 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. I cordially invite you to back this campaign. We will have a pre-launch party at 5:30, and we're going to have some special guests. So I cordially invite you to get in on it. Anybody have anything to say? I see Madigan's into it. Gary Compton. Let's see here. He needs more prints and metallic cards. And William said the challenge cards are pretty cool. I want to thank you so much for watching. Say hello to Ratso, everybody. And I'm going to talk to you soon. I've been Brian Polito. You've been great. I'ma holla at you later.